Hello, I'm Jimmy and this is Finn, and today we are going to make Rocky Road.
But I want to lick the bowl.
And so, most important thing is chocolate. This is just cheap, dark or plain chocolate, not milk chocolate. About 30p a pack. 300-gram packs of that. Not yet. So you break that up and you just put it into a heavy pan.
Daddy, what is this called?
These are M&Ms for later. Okay, so you've added your chocolate, 3 bars, 300-gram bars, so 300 grams of chocolate. We do use cheap chocolate, tried expensive chocolate, it just doesn't taste as good. So for this, you just, the cheapest chocolate you can find in the supermarket, it seems to be the best. You are going to add to that half an ordinary pack of unsalted butter, so 125 grams, but just half a block of butter. And just before you put it in, just cut it up a little bit, because you're going to melt everything together, so that will just help it melt faster. And so it doesn't really matter how you do that, just cut it up into some chunks. And then you're going to put that in with your chocolate. And then finally, so 3 tablespoons of golden syrup.
I put all of my marshmallows.
Pour those in as well.
And the ones that will face and melt into our house. So I push them in my...
And 3. It's worth measuring the golden syrup with a proper tablespoon measure, because you don't want 3 massive heaped tablespoons. That would be too much. So now what you want to do is melt all of this together, but it is very important that you melt it really slowly on the lowest heat that you can manage. So we're just going to put it on the lowest level that this smallest gas ring will go to, and we're going to get this spoon. You can have a spoon as well. There you go. And we're just going to mix that around a little bit, and it will very slowly melt, and you just don't want this to happen too quickly. The reason is because later on, when you add these marshmallows, if it's too hot, the marshmallows will just melt into it. That's not what you want. Secret ingredient is some salted caramel sauce. It's optional, but if you like salted caramel, then a couple of teaspoons of salted caramel sauce at this point will just make it taste even nicer. Teaspoons, Finn, not tablespoons. Smash the biscuits. So you are looking for, can I just borrow the pack? That's it. You're looking for rich tea biscuits, 200 grams, which is normally 22 biscuits. If they come in these 300-gram packs, it's obviously 2/3 of the pack, which is what this is. And you put them into a plastic bag that you can seal, like this. So let's tip them in, Finn. Tip them in, just tip them up, like that. That's it. Go. Good. They all in? Great. And then you seal the bag up. Take the air out. And now, I move these ones out of your way, and you smash them up with a rolling pin or anything you've got really, and you want to smash the biscuits up till you've got some chunks, a couple of centimetres at most, lots and lots of crumbs. That's what you're after. And you definitely still want some chunks, but crumbs are good as well. In the meantime, make sure you keep stirring your chocolate. Sometimes, if it gets to something like this, you could just take it off the heat for a minute or two. Go on, Finn, keep smashing. Right. So there is your smashed up rich tea biscuits. The biggest bits are about that big, that's just a touch too big, but you've got lots and lots of, not yet. You are looking to get your mix to something like this. There's still a few lumps in here, but I've taken it off the heat just because there's like that lump right there. So if you just keep mixing it round, the final lumps will go, but you can definitely do this last stage off the heat so it's starting to cool down all the way. So there you go, you've got your chocolate mix it's got no lumps in it, it's nice and smooth like that. And just before you add any of your extra bits, very important that you just take a little glass or something and you save a little bit of the mixture. I don't really know how much this is, I guess it might be about 3 or 4 tablespoons, something like that, but no need to measure it, just save that sort of amount for later.
I want to try some.
It's really nice, but you're not trying some yet. Then we get to the fun bit where you can add all of the extra bits into the rocky road that are going to make it rocky road. So start with the biscuits and just pour those in. That's it. Let's try and get all the biscuit into the bowl. So Finn, where your hand is, let go a bit. That's it. That's it. Now it's all going to come out. Lovely. Okay, let go. Okay, that's it. Perfect. Right, so that's in. Then mini marshmallows. That's about 60 grams. You can use bigger marshmallows, but if you only have bigger marshmallows, I would cut them up first, otherwise they'll be much too big. Those go in. At this point, you've got a salted caramel rocky road.
I want to try some.
You try that one. We're going to add some M&Ms, 1 pack. You can also add Smarties, or frankly anything. As soon as you do this, it's technically a fridge cake. It's no longer a rocky road, but it's going to be really tasty. Are you going to have one of those as well? Why didn't you take this red one? Okay, you try that. Oh, that's for you. You can eat that one. So we've added, no more, that's it. We've added all of those in, and now you just mix the whole lot together. And you're aiming to get the chocolate to cover absolutely everything. And hopefully, if it's not too hot, then the marshmallows will just retain their shape. If you have made it too warm, if you have made it too warm, the marshmallows will just melt into the chocolate. It doesn't really matter, you just won't get marshmallow pieces in there.
What have you got there, Finn? What's that?
A spoon.
Why have you got a spoon, Finn?
Because I want to let the bowl go.
So you're going to put your rocky road in the fridge in a dish like this. This one is about 25 centimetres by about 18. Happens to be the perfect size though. When it cracked, I repaired it because I can't bear making rocky road in anything other than this. So, the important thing is to grease the tin. So you just take the butter wrapper, you'll just have bits of butter, and just rub that on the inside of the tin, or the dish rather, and that's going to make it just a little bit easier probably to get the rocky road out after it's set. So then you take your rocky road, which looks something like this, your mixture. Pretty much everything is covered, there's just odd bits of biscuit showing. And you're going to just dip it into the dish. Like that. Get as much out as you can because it's all good stuff. And then, just with the spoon, just push it right into the corners of the dish, pressing it down as flat as you can, which is not going to be very flat, but you're just looking to try and get any gaps or air bubbles, as many gaps and air bubbles as you can out. Okay, so that's pretty flat. Then you're going to take the chocolate mix that you saved. This is the mix that doesn't have any of the biscuit or marshmallow or M&Ms in it. And just drizzle that over the top of the dish. And this is just to give you a sort of smoother top to the rocky road. Many times I've forgotten to save this, and it doesn't matter. You just get a rougher top of the rocky road, so don't worry if you have forgotten. Again, get as much of that out as you can because it's all good stuff. Same spoon, and then again just smooth that over the top. And that's it. And now you're going to put it in the fridge for about 2 hours or overnight, but at least 2 hours. And we'll come back.
Cheese. Cheese.
Is it good?
So after 2 hours have passed or overnight, you can get your rocky road out of the fridge, and hopefully
Mommy,
it's looking something like this, all set. So now, the first thing you've got to do is just put a little bit of icing sugar on top. So just do this however you want, but I just get a teaspoon and just sort of dust it over the top. Sure, you're supposed to sieve the icing sugar to get the little lumps out, but that's probably not worth it. Then you need a sharp knife, because you've got to cut it.
What should we do with it?
Eat it now.
So once you've cut your rocky road into squares, you probably want to just run the knife around the edge as well, just to help get them out. And then you just have to pull them out, and hopefully each one is going to look something a bit like that. And you've cut through, you've got your biscuit and your marshmallow and bits of M&Ms in there, and that's going to be really nice. Enjoy.
Bye.
Happy cooking.
Happy cooking. Cheese.
What are you doing?
Eating the rocky road. Eating this.
Don't let any of it go to waste.